Welcome. My name is Tonya Lewis Taylor, and this is In the Classroom. In the Classroom is a table talk conversation where we sit down with guests our youth admire to discuss their roadmap to success, their struggles, their triumphs. The show was originally taped in front of a student audience, in front of a live student audience, to encourage students to stay in school. We want to boost student morale and encourage and inspire students to stay focused and remain hopeful, especially as we live through the coronavirus pandemic. So today we're so excited because we have a wonderful guest. And I'm going to read a little bit about this phenomenal woman of power. Born and raised, Alani, aka Lala Anthony, is an American TV personality, New York Times best-selling author, and a businesswoman, a producer, actress. She's always been extremely driven, and she's had a passion for music and entertainment. And she started her career at the early age of 15. She had a successful run in radio, and then she went on to be on MTV. And this woman has true ambition and has leveraged her unique talents into a career in production and acting. And she has been notably seen in roles such as You Got Served, the Think Like a Man franchise, so many other, The Shy, and of course, Power. I want you guys to give a big In the Classroom welcome to our guests. Give it up, clap it up for Miss Lala Anthony. Come on, guys, clap it up.
Hi, guys, how are you? How's everybody doing today?
All is well. We are all well, and we are all maintaining as we live through this pandemic. And so it's not easy, but at the end of the day, we're still here, Lala, right?
Still here, still holding on, taking it day by day. That's the best you can do during these times, for sure.
Absolutely. How is Cayenne? Oh my God.
Cayenne! He's here.
Yes, bring him on camera. Let us say hi.
Come say hi to the classroom. He'll come. He'll be
awesome.
He's doing good, but thank you so much for asking. He's excited to actually have some time off from school.
I know.
Everybody could relate to the online stuff. Gets kind of difficult for you guys to just have to sit in front of a computer all day and still stay focused. So I think he's excited to have a little bit of time off.
Absolutely. What grade is Cayenne in now?
So he's in 8th grade.
Oh, wow. Middle school.
Yep.
Wow.
High school. Yeah. He's around here somewhere.
Time flies so quickly, don't it? It just seemed like yesterday you just had a little baby.
I know.
And now you almost have a man.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Wait, here's Cayenne. Cayenne, come say hi to the classroom.
Come on, y'all. Give it up for Cayenne. Clap it up for Cayenne.
He's a little shy, but he'll be all right. Say hi.
Hey, Cayenne, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
You too. He's shy, but he's good. So we're just here maintaining. We're in New York. It's cold. It's snowing. I probably almost tripped and fell like 100 times yesterday.
Join the club. Join the club. I got my knee wrapped right now, so.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's terrible, but.
Well, I hope you feel better.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
So we're in the classroom, and before we start any class, we got to start with a pop quiz.
Okay.
All right. So we were told that you had a favorite subject. And so before you came on, we asked our students on video what they thought was your favorite question. And so I think we have a winner. And I would like to know who that winner is, who guessed that your favorite subject was math. Who won the $50 gift card and guessed that Lala's favorite subject in school was math?
Who
All
won?
right.
Nobody?
Who won?
Uma, can you guys hear me?
Uma, give it up for Uma. Come on, y'all, give it up for Uma. He guessed that Lala's favorite subject was math.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. And so we have a question for you. Okay, so we're going back to high school. So what is the square root of 144?
Wait,
Do you remember that?
For me?
That's for you, Lala, because your favorite subject was math. This is a pop quiz.
Square root of 144 is
Come on, Kaya, help mommy. Come on.
Is it 12?
Yay! Lala! It is 12.
Please don't put me on the spot like that anymore. I almost had an F and heart attack.
Well, you did fine. And thank God Kaya was in the room. So Lala, I'm just excited to be here with you to inspire these students. This is really about your life, your story, and how you have been able to become the person that you are today and flow in your destiny and live out your dreams.
Thank
and
you.
We want to inspire these kids to do the same thing. So I want to just take it back to the beginning, the young Lala, all of the stuff that you had to go through to become who you are today. But I had this question for you. Mm-hmm. How did you get the name Lala?
So my real name is Alani, like you said. So obviously if you break it up, it's Alani. And while I was on the radio, Ludacris just kept calling me Lala. And he was like, that's going to be your name. You need a radio name. He kept saying that Alani was not a radio name. And then it just kind of stuck from the age of 16 until now. So it's been with me for a very, very long time. So you can credit Ludacris for the Lala name. He's the one that gave it to me.
Okay, good. So now we all know how she got the Lala name. Awesome. So born in Brooklyn, raised. I mean, listen, what part of Brooklyn did you grow up in?
So I grew up in Flatbush. And then when I was in high school, I moved to Atlanta around 10th, 11th grade. And that's when I got on the radio with Ludacris and really started trying to figure out, what I wanted to do with my career. I loved music. I just always loved hip hop music, and I still do. And I was like, the radio seemed like a cool way to listen to the music that I love and hopefully get to meet, different artists that I listen to. So I started interning on the radio, and that's how my career kind of started.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So did you know, when you were younger that you wanted to be in radio, or was it just that you knew you wanted to do something in entertainment?
I just knew I liked music. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was like, I never wanted to do a job or a career that felt like a job, if that makes sense. Like I wanted something that I still like, that was fun. I just feel like when it starts feeling like a job, you don't want to be there every day. It gets boring. You don't want to do that. So I was like, what do I love? I love music. So if I'm in a place that I can hear the music I love, get to be around the artists and people that are creating this music, I thought, that's something that I would not get tired of doing.
Absolutely. And it's important that you choose a career that you can do, even if you didn't get paid for it. You would do radio, even if you didn't get paid for it, wouldn't you?
When I started, I was interning and I wasn't getting paid for it, which sounds really crazy, but I learned so much just from interning. And then eventually I proved myself and I started getting paid for it. Not a lot by any means. I mean, we were all struggling at that time. Myself, Ludacris, it was a few of us that, we were struggling, but we knew that this is what we wanted to do. And again, when you love what you do, it's not really about the money. You just want to learn and get better at it and pray and hope that the money will come, afterwards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So take us back to school, high school, middle school. What was Lala Anthony like? Like, who were you? What type of student were you? A kid were you?
So I was first I was very much a tomboy in high school, and I was very outspoken. I was friends with everybody. Me
too.
I a lot of people, and I was friends with everyone. But I will say to the students, like as I got older and became more mature, I had to realize that it's okay to not be friends with everybody, and it's okay if everybody doesn't like you. Because for a long time, I had this thing where I just want everybody to like me. Like I want everybody to know how cool I was. And when you get in this business, or just you guys deal with it in school and you start dealing with haters and girls and guys that talk shit about you for whatever reason, they don't even really know you, you start realizing that it's not important. You just have to find your circle that you rock with and stick with them. But just being like accepted by everyone, that's never going to happen. So I had to lose that as I got more mature in the business and started my career because that could really hurt you, like that need to just want to be liked or accepted by everyone, because it'll never work. It'll never happen. So that's definitely something I want to say to the students on the call today.
Absolutely. And I just wrote my first book.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I wrote that book, and people like you have inspired me. And the name of the book is Be You Not Her. And when you were speaking, thank you. When you were talking about being liked by everyone, it was clear to me when I was younger that I wanted to always kind of fit in somewhere and be somebody else. And so did you ever have any of those type of moments where, you just wanted to kind of just fit in and just be someone else?
Yeah, I mean, we're all human. Like, as human beings, we all have the need and want to be liked or be accepted by our peers or by people. But, as you really look at it, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, our happiness lies within ourselves, not within a guy or a girl or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a friend. Like, if you can't find happiness within yourself, you're always going to be disappointed because you're always looking for it from other people and other things. And it's a hard thing to learn. I'm still actually, learning it now, just to find that inner peace and happiness and not look for it from everyone else. Because I just found that when I did that, I was always disappointed.
Absolutely. And a lot of our young people feel like that because they deal with so much peer pressure. I know, you being a mom, I'm a mom, we have to always encourage our kids to make smart choices. And so we know that it's not easy for them. What kind of, what would you encourage these kids about right now with, just all that they go through as young people?
I would just tell everybody, like, be yourself. Like, you're good enough. Like, if you're trying to be somebody else, that's just never going to work. Like, be who you are and walk in your truth. And that's good enough. And my thing is, like, whoever can't get with it.
Absolutely.
Anyway, like, you don't need them anyway. Right. Nothing like watching somebody trying to be something that they're not. That's so corny to me. Like, you could see that a mile away, kids in your school or people that you like, you're not even built like that. You just doing that to try to fit in. That's not even you. Like, that's corny to me. And at the end of the day, when you walk in your truth and you walk with confidence, people want to follow your wave. They don't really know what you're doing, but it's like, oh, she looked like she know what she's doing. She seemed confident. She looked like she loves herself. She got that swag. Then people want to follow what you do. So I've always been about, being who I am and walking in my truth. I found that to be the easiest way. I also feel like when you're trying to be something else, you can't keep that act up long enough. You're
Absolutely.
Gonna get at some point. You can't keep it up long enough. So you might as well just be who you are, because you can keep that up forever, because that's really who you are. So that's definitely some advice that I got along the way, and that, I'm always trying to tell students and young women and just people that I talk to, as well.
Amazing. That's good information for all of us. So how did education play a role in your success?
So education played a role in my success. I was smart in school, but I probably could have applied myself more. I'm just not going to sit here and BS you guys. Like, I was this incredible student who just was reading books all day. That wasn't really me.
But you made it to Howard. You made it to Howard University.
I made it to Howard. I dropped out after the first semester, but I did make it to Howard. I can't lie to anybody. I'm just too real. I can't do that. But the reason I did drop out is because I got a job on the radio and I was already doing what I was going to college for. So I kind of feel like, if I'm already doing what I'm going to college for, to me, the best experience is hands-on. Now, not to say college is not an amazing experience, and I would encourage everyone to go to college, but if there's a way to get hands-on experience in whatever your field is, make sure you do that as well. But college is an amazing place because it teaches you independence, how to live on your own, how to deal with people from different backgrounds, and how to, socialize and just be in the real world, so to speak. And even though I only went to Howard for probably less than a year, I really did learn how to live on my own during that time and really found my independence. And that stuck with me, through my adulthood. So college is amazing and it's fun. It's so many things. So if you have an opportunity to go, that's amazing. But if for whatever reason, that's not your path and you don't have the opportunity, or that's not what you want to do, in no way are you a failure. In no way are you not accomplishing your goals. There's many ways to get to the finish line. No one way is the right way or the wrong way.
Absolutely.
You got to find what your path is. I'm just never going to be that person that's saying, only go to college. It's the only way. There's a million ways to apply yourself and do incredible things. You just got to figure out, what works for you.
I think that is, just dead on what you said. And, I think many times we don't realize that there's more than one way to get to any goal. Right. And so college may not be for everyone, but what we try to instill in our young people is have a dream, have a vision, have a goal, be focused, be determined, and choose a path that will work for you. Everyone may not be a scholar, right? But they'll go to college, but you could actually do a trade, or you could go into other fields that will make you just as successful because you're doing what you love to do.
Absolutely.
So your career has really been, amazing, because we've watched you for so many years. So I feel like I know you, like you're the sister in my head. We're friends. And, from the MTV days, and then your transition into acting, what made you feel like you could do it? Question I want to know.
I think what made me feel like I could do it is because I always had people telling me that I couldn't do it. So I'm a mindset that if you keep telling me I can't do something,
I'm gonna prove you wrong. That's right.
I can do it. So I was always told that, one, radio is not a real career, or two, you can't go from radio and be an actor, or once you get on MTV, that's the start and end. No one does anything after that. I was always told this stuff, but I also had to just believe in myself, because if I believe in what everyone is telling me, then I wouldn't be where I was today. Even in the acting thing, like when you're auditioning, whether it was for Power or The Chi or any of the things I go out for, you're constantly being told, no, you might do 20 auditions, and if you're lucky, you might get one. If you're lucky, it might be even more. So constantly being told, no, not what we're looking for, not the right fit, not this. And you have to have a lot of self-esteem, because think about it. If someone's telling you every time you feel like you're putting your best effort forward that it's not what they're looking for, it's not the right fit, that does start messing with your head. So you just have to believe in yourself and keep going, because if I stopped at all the no's I was getting, then I wouldn't even be where I'm at right now.
And it's really about conditioning yourself to understand that your race is unique, and that whatever outside elements may try to tell you this is not for you or that's not for you, the goal is to still stay focused on your race and do what you're assigned to do. So that's excellent.
Absolutely.
So you made the transition into acting, and, if I had to choose one word, we always do a word of the day in the classroom, it would be determined, because everything you've set your mind to, Lala, you have done it.
Thank you.
I mean, you have a clothing line, you're a New York Times bestselling author, you're a producer, I mean, you're a phenomenal mom, your wife. I mean, like, what can't Lala do? What can't you do?
I'm sure there's things that I can't do. I just continue to try hard. I just continue to work hard. And, to some people, it's like, well, you've done so much, you've done it all. But to me, I don't ever get complacent or just say, okay, I've done enough. I'm always trying to challenge myself to see what that next thing is. Otherwise, it gets boring. It's just like, okay, well, if I feel like now at 30 something years old, I've done enough, then what am I going to do? What do I do next? So I have to challenge myself to see what else I want to do and what's next. So you have to have that drive within yourself to keep pushing yourself to figure out, like, what's the next thing I want to do? What's my next goal to try to accomplish?
And you seem to be a serial entrepreneur. You get your visions and your ideas and you make them happen. And so you have a big team. I'm pretty sure you have a team that helps you accomplish what you have been able to accomplish. Tell me about your team and how you guys have worked together to build the Lala brand.
Well, team is important. It's just like for everyone on the call, like who you hang around, your friends are important. If your friends aren't doing anything with themselves, then how are you going to be the one doing stuff? I like to surround myself with people that are entrepreneurs and are goal getters and want to do more, because that motivates me to want to do more. If I'm the one in the group that's doing everything and I'm looking around and everyone else is just sitting around all day with no motivation, no drive, after a while, that's going to have an effect on me. And I'm not saying you can't be friends with people that aren't on your level or whatever. Like, we've all come from different backgrounds. You don't want to leave certain people behind, but you do want to make sure your circle is people that are motivated and want to go to that next level, because that'll inspire you to keep going. So your team is definitely important. And I have an amazing team, but at the end of the day, I mean, it still falls on me. I'm the captain of the team. You know, I'm the one delegating and directing everyone. So it starts and kind of ends with me.
Absolutely. Let me ask you a question. How do you define success? So what is success to you? After all you've done, what is success to you?
So I would say success to me is happiness. Like, you can't buy happiness. You see all these people out here with all this money and what we might consider success. And in their alone time, they're miserable. They're depressed. They're, popping pills. They're doing things because they're not happy. So success is happiness, because at the end of the day, happiness is really hard to find in the world that we live in now with everything going on. So to me, success is happiness. And I can't say that I'm not always happy. I don't always feel like I've had that, figured out. There's things that happen in my life, in my personal life, but the ultimate measure of success to me is happiness and being able to help someone else or give back. Like, those are the things that make me feel successful more than anything else. Not another book or another TV show. It's like talking to you guys, like, wow, I feel like I was able to share some of my story, and maybe that inspired or helped somebody in the classroom today. Like, that's my definition of success.
Absolutely. And I know that our students appreciate that. So thank you so much for just taking time out of your busy schedule to do this, because, when we have a platform, it's important that we utilize our platform to help others. And these young people are going to be so inspired by your story. Are you tenacious?
I'm tenacious, but I think that I could be too nice sometimes. And I think take kindness for a weakness or take you for granted, but I don't want to change who I am. But I've learned to kind of be a little tougher, especially in business, and not let people just run over me because, I'm a nice person. I've learned to be tougher there. But I think there's a thin line of being tough and protecting your brand and your business and still being a nice person. And I think, that's important. People like working with nice people. They like looking out for nice people, so always remember that in your journey. Sorry, I'm just plugging up my laptop really quick.
So young people, it's so important that we remember this in our journey, that
for sure.
Being a good person, just being a good person, having morals, having character, and saying what you mean and meaning what you say and doing what you tell people you're going to do. Those are character traits that are important.
Absolutely.
So what's next for Lala? I mean, you had an amazing run on Power. We were so excited. Lakeisha got killed. Oh my God. But that scene, listen, I had to watch that episode probably 3 times.
That was crazy.
Because it was crazy. Like, how did you deal with that? Like that was an amazing role and amazing opportunity for you to portray this character.
That I've been on that show for 6 years, but it was the last season. Now you have, Michael, who plays Tariq on Power Book 2 now.
Yes.
Cayenne was watching that last night. I don't know how I feel about him watching it now, but he was watching it last night. And
listen,
he loves it. It was coming to an end. This was coming to an end, and I'm glad that my character made it, till the end. And I think that, 50 would always tell me, he would say, would you rather the show just end and the characters just go away, or would you rather it end in a memorable moment where people are always going to remember Lakeisha and, her getting killed, and that was a moment for television? And I was like, I want to be memorable. So I think it was the perfect ending to a great character and a great season. But now I'm on The Chi, which is on
Yay! The Chi.
Thank you. So we'll start filming that again, hopefully in January. So looking forward to jumping back on The Chi. Issa Rae and I are producing a movie together right now, so we're working on that. Yeah, we're excited for that. 50 and I have tons of projects that we work on together as well. So just staying busy, staying positive, like you said, especially with just COVID in the world and not really being able to be in the mix like we're used to, just trying to still keep a positive frame of mind regardless.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that information. At this time, we're going on a lunch break.
Okay.
It's lunchtime, and you are a New York City. You was born and raised here in New York City, and you know about New York City lunch. And so I have a lunchtime
good when I was having it, but I hope it's better for you guys.
Listen, I'm not going to say. I'm going no comments because we want to keep a good relationship with our DOE and our mayor, right?
I apologize.
However, I want to throw out some questions, some lunch choices for you.
Okay.
Peanut butter and jelly or grilled cheese?
I'm going grilled cheese. I think grilled cheese is safe. Plus, I don't like when things get like soggy, and peanut butter and jelly could get soggy after a while. I'm going grilled cheese.
Okay, good. Okay, how about the New York City Department of Education hamburgers or their pizza?
Pizza. Oh, no.
You can't mess with the hamburgers, right?
I'm not doing hamburgers. Pizza all day.
Don't even know what's in it, right?
Dealing with nothing on top, just cheese pizza.
That's right. All right, guys. So I want to open it up for our students to ask you some questions.
I would love that.
All right, Alora Brooks, John Dewey High School. Where's Alora?
Here.
Hey, Alora, do you want me to ask your question or do you want to ask it?
I'll ask the question.
All right, come on, Alora.
Okay, so my question is, do you ever feel like you're under pressure? And if so, what do you do that helps you with that?
Anytime you're in the public eye and you have people that can criticize and critique every single thing you do, that's obviously pressure, because it's a pressure to look a certain way or, fit in like we were talking about earlier. But again, after a while, you start realizing that as long as you're doing things that make you happy, that's all that matters, because it doesn't matter what you do. It's going to be pressure. People aren't going to like you. I have a white shirt on right now. Somebody say, oh, her shirt was ugly. I wish her shirt was pink. I wish it was black. It doesn't matter. Anything you do, somebody's going to have something to say. So as long as you feel good about it, that's what matters. But yes, you do feel pressure and you got to kind of push through that pressure and just realize all I can be is me. And that's just what it is.
There's a line in a song that rapper Eve, on a song she did with, I think, Gwen Stefani. And it says, I do what they can't do. I just do me.
Right.
So, to our young people, just do what people can't do. Just do you.
Right. I agree with that for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go to question number 2. Thank you, Alora from John Dewey High
Laura,
School.
Thank you.
All right, at this time, we're going to bring Alana Jack from Benjamin Banneker Academy. And Alana is going to ask you a question, Lala.
Okay.
Hi, so my question is, how has the people you've surrounded yourself with changed, and do you still hang around them?
In some ways, my circle's changed, but in a lot of ways it hasn't, because I feel like keeping my family around and people that I kind of came up with keeps me grounded and humble. But in other ways, when it came to like where I was trying to go in my life and what I was trying to do, there were certain people that weren't ready to go to that next level with me and were kind of holding me back. So I had to be mindful of it and take accountability of who was in my circle. So you could still be cool with certain people. You could still, keep an eye out for certain people, but it's up to you to maintain and manage how close you keep them or how far away you keep them. And if you feel like anyone is holding you back or not happy for your success or, not happy when you do certain things, you have to be mindful of that and be careful who you take on, the journey with you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Alana, did that answer your question? I'm a little nervous to ask you guys to speak because every time I ask you guys to speak. Thank you, Alana. All righty. Alicia P., Frank Sinatra School of the Arts.
Hi,
she has a question.
Hi, my name's Alyasha.
Oh, Alyasha. Hey, I see you. I've been looking at you. Hi.
I'm sorry, Alyasha.
It's okay. So my question is, how has starting a business and a clothing line changed your life, and what lessons have you learned from it?
So it changed my life because it forced me to be more of a boss and to take control, where a lot of times I wasn't always good at that particular thing. So it really forced me to just take control and be more of a boss, because now you have employees and you have businesses that you have to, employees and businesses you have to run, and you got to make sure everyone's doing their job, and you have to hold people accountable. So in that way, it kind of forced me to be more of a boss and take more of my business into account. So that was really helpful. And it just, the lessons I learned at times there really aren't friends when it comes to business. Like, again, wanting to be friends with everybody, wanting to be cool with everybody. And I remember one time my agent told me, and I'll never forget this, she said, Lala, it's show business, it's not show friends. It's a business at the end of the day, and people are there to do a job, and that's what it's about. So she definitely instilled that in me, that, everyone's not going to be your friend in business. And you learn that quickly when you're dealing with people and there's money involved. All of a sudden, a lot of things change when there's money involved. That's right. So those are some of the lessons I learned along the way, for sure.
Alyasha, that was an excellent question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alyasha.
Thank you.
Sorry, I butchered your name. Okay, how about Danielle? Is Danielle Senios?
Yes, I'm here, Senwa.
I'm sorry,
Hi, Danielle Senwa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. So my question is, how did you successfully pivot in your career, and what do you credit that success to?
Good question.
I think that for me, like, anytime I made a career change, so to speak, it's because I talked about it with you guys before. I got bored. Like, once I start getting bored, like, the radio was great, but when it feels like a job and you're doing it every day for years and you're like, okay, this is just becoming like a routine. What can I do next? And I told myself, generally after radio, most people do TV. So I want to try that. So I figured a way into TV. After being a host on like MTV, I'm like, I don't really want to do the hosting anymore. What makes sense after this? Oh, acting. Let me go to acting school. Let me really try to do that. Now I'm in the acting world and I want to do acting and producing, which I'm working on now. So I think it always was about what that next step was for me, what felt like the right next step for me was. And sorry, had to sneeze. And that's how I just continue to pivot. Like, what else can I do? What makes sense? And I told you guys before, anytime it's, for me, it starts feeling like a job and it just becomes routine and every day it's the same thing, then I know it's time for me to switch it up and do something different.
Absolutely. That's good. Thank you so much, Danielle. That was a good question. All right, Danae White. Danae, are you online?
Yes,
this is also a student from Frank Sinatra School of the Arts.
Hi. My question is, as an African-American woman, do you find it difficult to transition between the different roles and jobs you maintenance, including the roles and job as a mother and African-American male in today's society?
That's a great question. I would say that's probably my most challenging job, is being a mom to Cayenne in this day and age, but we're very close. He's my only child and definitely my best friend. And we just have real talk about what's happening in the world, especially the young Black men in this world, walking around in the streets, how people view you, how people are going to treat you, how to deal with police. All of those things are just so important. And it's sad that those are the conversations that you have to have with your children nowadays. And you guys live it every day, but it's the reality of what we're living in. So that, I would say, is my hardest and scariest job, because when I send Cayenne out to school, every day, or to basketball practice or to the gym, as a parent, you're always concerned about what can happen. But I think having a dialogue with your kid and constantly telling them the truth and the real about what's going on is important. So I think that was like a part of your question. So that's what I have to say about that. But that was a really great question. And just from a career perspective, I just think now is such a great time for African-American women in television. You're seeing more of us on TV. You're seeing more of us leading, shows on TV, and nowhere where we need to be. But it's nice to watch shows, whether it's, Insecure or, Power, and these shows that everyone looks like us and they're telling, our stories. I think it's so important. Or, the How to Get Away with Murders and when Scandal was on, there's so much for us to watch. The Shy, obviously. So it's important to tell those stories, and I'm excited to be a part of some of that.
Yeah, thank you so much for that wonderful question. I mean, you are a producer, and so you are telling stories. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the projects that you're working on, any of the projects that you have coming up?
Yeah, so I don't know if you all are familiar with Tonya Brown, but she was in prison for killing her sex trafficker.
Yes.
And then she got sentenced to life as a teenager, and she fought to get out, and she got out. So I was able to obtain the rights to her story. So that's something 50 and I are working on now, to bring that scripted, because there's been documentaries about her, but never a scripted series, just about her life and what she went through and how she was able to, you know, get herself out of jail and reform herself and everything she went through being in prison. And I think it's such an important story to be told. So that's one of the ones. And then Issa and I are working on, and it's cool. It's about these kids in New Orleans. They're in high school like you guys, and trying to fit in, and you know, they're like the misfits of the school. Nobody likes them, everyone makes fun of them, and they turn to like witchcraft to try to become like the cool kids, and all kind of things go wrong. And in the end, you know, they realize that they didn't need this magic to fit in, like they had it in them the whole time. And I think it's such a great story for high school kids, because it's funny and it has, you know, deep moments, but just underneath it all, it's really about being in love with yourself and everything we've talked about today, just not trying to fit in and just doing what makes you happy. And that's what the movie is about. So that's called Juju, and we're working on that now as well. So 2 really important projects that I'm working on right now.
And I would say the Juju is kind of interesting, because a lot of what we've talked about today was just being yourself, and the fact that you're doing a project like that, that's amazing.
Thank you. Amazing. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That is amazing. All right, so we have a question from an audience member, a wild card question.
Okay.
And the question is, if the Earth was about to explode and there were only 2 tickets for a rocket ship, who would you take with you? And I kind of already think we all know the answer, but we're going to find out. Who would you take with you if you only could take one person?
Cayenne. This is me and Cayenne. We're out of here. Right. Cayenne and I are out of here. we're out on everybody. Love you all.
Bye. I have 4 kids, so it would be hard for me to choose.
Oh my goodness. Yes. That's why I only stuck to one.
That's right. So I don't know. We might have to all fit on there. And then my husband may also be trying to get in there too. So I don't know. It would be a real, full rocket ship, right? Lala, you know, you are a testament to what you can accomplish if you just set your mind to it.
Thank you.
So what would you like to share with these young people as we begin to close about how to stay focused towards your journey, how to stay focused towards your goals and your dreams?
I think it just fits into everything we've been talking about, the whole, classroom today, just about being your authentic self, being who you are, not following the crowd is something I tell Cayenne all the time. And I said it to everyone on the call today, like, it's corny to follow what everybody else is doing just to try to fit in. Start your own way, follow yourself, be your own leader. Those things are important. And that takes you from high school into the real world, because when you get out here, there's so many temptations and so many people saying, oh, do this or do that, and this is what's going to work. You got to stay true to yourself and do what makes you happy, and understand that no 2 people's paths are the same. And just because your path might look a little different, it doesn't mean it's not the right way or you're not going to be successful. Everyone's path is different. Just focus on paving your own way and doing what makes you happy, and go from there.
Absolutely. That is great advice, guys. Do what makes you happy. Be your authentic self. Be focused. Be determined to live your dreams. Don't allow anything to stop you. I mean, you gave us so much food and so much good information and wisdom. And we just want to say thank you to you for being in the classroom.
I love talking to everybody.
Can y'all give it up for Lala? Come on, unmute your phones.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure to do this right before the holidays. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. 2021 is going to be an amazing year for all of us.
Absolutely.
Definitely, we've all been through it in 2020. And I will end it by saying this, because I said this on my Instagram the other day. not everyone is meant to go into 2021 with us. This is the time to evaluate your lives and your circle, and whoever's not meant to go into this next year, you gotta leave them in 2020. Start fresh, start new, focus on yourself. And I just wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Well, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
And we pour blessings, and we send blessings to you and your family, and for taking time out of your busy schedule to share with us your story, your triumphs, your struggles, all that you are.
Thank you.
And we really want to say thank you. Give it up again for Lala Anthony.
Thank you all so very much. I appreciate everyone. Happy holidays, and hopefully we can talk again soon, and maybe sometime soon I can come visit you guys in the classroom. So thank you so much. I had an amazing time. Thank you.
Blessings always, Lala.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.